Welcome to the Roughport Mansion in Newport, Rhode Island, which is directly behind me. What I am looking at now are migrating Indian elephants all the way from India, and they have migrated here to Newport. And today, July 1st, 2024, is the first day of their installation in America. They will travel to New York, down to Miami, out to Montana, and then Los Angeles on their American tour. These Indian elephants were constructed in India by artisans, and we'll get up close and we can see their like a rattan bamboo construction, tiny thin strips nailed together, thousands of nails in every one of these elephants. Each elephant is unique and based on an actual forest elephant in India. This project is designed to demonstrate how humans and wildlife, even large wildlife like elephants, can coexist. In India, over the last 30 years, the elephant population, along with the tiger population and the rhinoceros population, has doubled, while the human population in India has doubled at the same time. A remarkable example of how wildlife, even enormous wildlife like elephants, can coexist with an increasingly encroaching human population. Elephants being so large, the primary conflict with elephants and humans, and I've been fortunate enough to go to Africa twice, Kenya and Botswana. Botswana has the largest elephant population in the world. The conflict problem is these elephants are so large, they trample people's crops, and that, of course, is tough on local indigenous people who rely on those crops, obviously, for their food. These animals are so large, a herd like this going through a farmer's field could destroy years worth of work in a single night. Now, these animals obviously migrate in India and in Africa. We're most familiar probably with African elephants, and they are constantly on the move in search of food and water, and that takes them closer and closer to people who are expanding their boundaries out further and further and further every single day. So these Indian elephants here at Rough Point, the Doris Duke Mansion in Newport, Rhode Island, are an effort to let people know that models for coexistence are available and workable, and that large human and wildlife populations can exist simultaneously. These gorgeous elephants, like I said, will travel across the United States over the next year or so. Fantastic display if you ever get a chance to see them, and they will be for sale and then be replaced once they're sold. The sale will benefit conservation efforts. beautiful glow here in the bright sunshine on an absolutely picture perfect day in Newport. And the Doris Duke Mansion is the location. This will be open to the public for folks to come and see, of course, and I couldn't recommend more highly you taking advantage of that opportunity and doing so. There will be other displays of the elephants, not in this same number, but other displays of the elephants across town, along with some associated art exhibits. But this here, what you see beyond that fence, that person in the background, that is the cliff walk around the Newport mansions. That's the Atlantic Ocean in the distance, and then we can see all of the mansions, the summer vacation homes of the ultra grotesquely wealthy from the Gilded Age, the turn of the century 1920s in America. Whitneys, Vanderbilts, Rockefellers, Carnegies, those sort of people, the Morgans, the Astors, Rockefellers, if I hadn't mentioned them, they all had their cottages out here on Newport, Rhode Island, and this the cliff walk, which is where those folks are on the other side of that fence. There is a walk along the ocean that takes folks by all of the seaside mansions. It's a fantastic walk. I mean, you can see the incredible Atlantic Ocean as the backdrop here on Newport in both directions. The Duke Mansion with the elephants in the foreground. Beautiful sunshine reflecting off of the bamboo and these wonderful life-sized animals on the lawn. So much personality in each face, and they aren't even real when you see them in the wild, as I have been fortunate enough to do. There is a real kinship. You see the family bonds, you see the mother-child relationship, you see the children playing, you see the adults protecting. You realize how much these wild animals have in common with humans in terms of their behavior, and then when you think about what humans have done to these beautiful spirits, it is enough to tear the heart right out of your chest and stomp it on the floor. These beautiful animals that humans abuse in almost every single way. But as I mentioned, India has provided a model for coexistence. Look at the color in this one, fantastic. A darker color, the variegation almost, the stripes, wonderful. So whether you are able to come here to Newport, and what a great summer getaway destination Newport is, or if you happen to see these elephants on their migration across the United States, whether in New York this fall of 2024, they will be at Art Basel in Miami Beach in December, then on across America. They're actually going to the Blackfeet Reservation in Montana. What a wonderful homage that is to the wildlife restoration efforts surrounding the bison at the tribes are doing, and then finally Los Angeles. Spectacular.